Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Impact Marketing Summit. I brought together some of the world's top marketing experts to share with you their new age marketing strategies and techniques that would literally change the way you perceive and implement marketing in your day to day business. My name is Vamsi Pannala, and right now I'm delighted to be speaking with Vidya Ravi. Vidya Ravi is a highly sought after Facebook advertising marketer who made her way in the competitive field by being a no nonsense, tell it like it is, results driven powerhouse. She has scaled multiple business to 6 and 7 figures with amazing ad strategies and customer first marketing. With close rates up to 80% on cold audience and ROIs up to 38x for her clients, their Facebook agency is one of the best in the industry. Vidya is not only passionate geeking on all things Facebook ads and marketing, in her spare time, she's an avid reader, a diehard Harry Potter and Avengers fan, and enjoys exploring new and exotic places with her husband and son and spending time with her extended family. Vidya, welcome to the summit.
Hey, so glad to be here.
Pleasure.
And thanks for welcoming me.
Thank you so much.
That's a good thing. All right, so I can start right away unless you have more.
Yeah.
Okay, let me open up my presentation. Today is more going to be about webinar ads. Okay, so one thing that any coach or infopreneur wants is to sell high tickets. Okay,
Yeah.
so high tickets are usually done by webinar ads. Okay,
Yeah.
so webinar meaning like it's a training, it's a master class, it's kind of a value driven 30 to 45 minutes video,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So those ads are what I'm actually going to talk about, like how to present or how to profitably run your webinar ads.
Sure.
Let me open up my screen. Okay, so that's the presentation start. Let's go with one by one. Okay, so who am I anyway, like to talk all these things? So I run a successful Facebook ads agency. We are digital.co, and I have been running these ads for 3 years now. I have been playing around with ads before, but it's seriously, we have been running like completely 3 years. And before that, we were a completely funnel agency. So
Okay.
I'm pretty good with both. That's also another reason that I actually understand on both ends. So we
Wonderful.
have worked with multiple clients in the coaching, info product, and e-com niche, and we have made up to 38x ROI for our clients.
Great.
So that's me. And so anyone can run ads. Okay, that's true. Like if there are like multiple courses out there, there are multiple Facebook lives out there, YouTube videos, and even Facebook actually delivers, like the free course, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you just read it, you can run ads. That's it. Like, but what would it actually take to run the ads successfully with profits? Right?
Yeah.
There are many things that people miss, and of course, like in many of them are subjective, so it's hard to teach. Like you just can't go and say like, hey, talk with feeling, right? Because they have to really know what a feeling is. So that's how some part of ads are. You go more on a human level rather than just on a sales level. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what if I spill some secrets here today which will make your webinar ads really really profitable? And as I said, we specialize in info product niche, and webinars are one of our major grounds to success. So let's go in. So secret number one, cliche moves on webinar topic. All right, so everybody probably knows what cliche is, an overused expression or idea. So let's say, how many people have, like, three secrets, three shifts, three I don't know, three steps. I don't know why they actually stuck with those three things, but for some reason probably some guru started it and it just stuck. But everybody, like, when I mean, I take a lot of sales calls, so it's kind of like I see the webinar and seeing like three things that you actually have to make in order to sell high ticket items. Just
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, that's like, oh my god, that's crazy. Why are you even like having these three things? Like, of course, you're going to talk about three things, but that doesn't mean like every time you have to just say like three things. And what is that like to sell high ticket items? Yeah, I need to sell high ticket items, but that's not the pain I have, right? So
Yeah.
talk about the pain when it comes to a topic for the webinar. Okay, not, don't go with the solution in mind, talk about the pain in mind. Okay, your audience reacts very well to the pain rather than a solution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because now you understand them. For example, let's say we had a musician client.
Mm-hmm.
So he was he is selling social media marketing course for musicians.
Okay.
Okay, so he was doing okay with ads when he came to us. Like, I don't know, like he was making okay, as I said, like he make probably around like 10 sales a month.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all right. But then I saw his webinar. His video was really good, but the topic there was three secrets that you should know in order to blow up your Instagram.
Okay.
Right, that's fine, but see, why would somebody want to blow up their Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Right, why would somebody actually like want a social media marketing course?
Okay.
There's nothing in it in the topic. Okay, so we said like, okay, so let's talk about it. Like, why would I need it? Who is your client? What is the major pain? Mhm. He was like, many of my clients are budding musicians, so they don't have money. Right, I mean, I'm not really going there because nobody has money when they think about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, nobody is going to come again and say like, right, hey, I have a lot of money. Right, nobody says it.
Absolutely.
Everybody says I don't have money. Okay,
Very true.
so I'm not going to go there. But from his perspective, I understand it, because these people are mostly teenagers. Okay, so they don't have money. Literally they don't have money.
True.
Okay, so but I can't help it and he can't help it. So what's the next thing? What is the major pain? What, as a teenager, what would you have thought would have improved uh, your mental state
Mm-hmm.
if something had changed? Right, what is your pain? My
Yeah.
family doesn't trust me. This is what he said. Okay, my family doesn't believe in me. I'm like, okay, so why is that? He said like, they think like I'm going to actually, this is my hobby and I'm going to probably like go try something out, fall on my face, come back again and take a real job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what every musician's parents think. Their families and friends all think the same, like it's just a phase that they are going to actually go back and come again. Right, so okay, so that's a huge pain. I mean, I'm nowhere near a musician and I understand the pain. So, and okay, so let's make that as a topic. Okay, so then we made exactly this topic. Your family thinks it's a hobby, it's time to change that.
Okay.
Right, if family thinks music is a hobby, it's time to change that. That's all. That's a topic. Okay, and we spent like 1,500 the first month on ads, 1,500 US dollars, and we made 18,000 US dollars within the first month.
Wow.
uh, so it was immediate. The change was immediate. So people don't care about what you, I mean, of course your value still should be good. Okay, he was already doing a good video, so I was not worried about it.
Yeah.
But when I saw the topic, immediately the registration cost went so low, because people really understood it. That was the pain. Okay,
Yeah.
because they want to prove themselves to their friends and family. They want to prove themselves to the world that they are someone real in the music space.
True.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he doesn't have to say that social media marketing is his solution even. Okay, they need to actually, they can come in and see him talk and then decide whether it's of use or it's even worth it to spend.
Agree.
So that's the first thing. Like, don't move on cliche topics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like it probably, you saw someone say like, hey, I made this much in a webinar and that's why, and then you just hack their webinar and you do it. And it's really so stupid, because you don't know how much that person has changed in a webinar.
Mm-hmm.
You just hacked all the wrong moves that he made.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the first secret. So second one, all eyes on me. So here, this is about the graphics part of things. Okay, ad graphics. So when I spend time on ecom, or when I spend time on SLO, like self liquidating offers, a low end offer, it's easy to actually pick up images. Okay, for a webinar, people struggle with images. It's like always a person's face and then the webinar topic. It's always something like, they don't, what are you doing? Like, okay, so it's fine, like if you are a really huge brand, you can put your face on top of it, and then you actually can just mention anything and people would still register. Right, let's say Marifolio does that, and I would just go immediately, because no matter what she says, I would want to listen.
Yeah.
But uh, who are you? Nobody cares about you yet,
Yeah.
right? So yes, you can have one of the testing ads to be your image,
Mm-hmm.
but I need more than that. Topic should be pain based. Topic should be what their real feeling right now is, and you
Mm-hmm.
are going to be a change, right?
Yeah.
So your topic should be different. So we had like one of our clients right now have a webinar. He has like 80% close rates on a $25,000 masterclass.
Nice.
Okay, so and his registration is about like he builds teams, like he builds businesses using teams. So he was like targeting people who are overwhelmed with their current situation.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how so this is what we actually made for him. So this is a webinar cold audience ad graphic. Okay, we tested on it, and these are the things that are really, really working well. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows I'm an Avengers fan by now, I guess. So and this is Hulk, if you don't know
Yeah.
in the film.
Yeah.
So he, if so, anybody who actually watches Avengers would probably be his audience or not, but they still understand what I actually made here. So the second example, me arriving at work willing to be a better person, 1 hour later I become so angry, right? So which means that I'm not loving my job anymore. It is actually making me crazy, right? Anybody who is in this situation would want this webinar,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
these are all really very simple ads, which actually is a showstopper, right? I mean, it's a scroll stopper. So it okay. So what are they talking about? Like, why is a Hulk image here? Why is a dinosaur image here? And if you know, it's just a Toy Story image. This is a Jurassic Park image. So it's all like theme based, but still, my thing is like, it's not just about memes. It's about the feeling behind it,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So it's not a meme. This is not a meme. Okay, it's just a quote. So what's your dream job? Well, in my dreams, I don't work,
Yeah.
right? So the problem is people don't want to work. If you're passionate about it, if you love it, you wouldn't ever say it, right?
True. True.
Personally, for me, in another 10 years, I'm saying like still I would do the same job.
Yeah.
Okay, so but why wouldn't somebody don't want to work? Okay, because they are not happy with it.
Yeah.
So that your copy actually goes with what your image says too, but
Mm-hmm.
your image is the first attention that they need. Okay, the first thing that they see when they scroll the ad is an image. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have to stop them with the image. Okay, so
Yeah.
these are some examples of why it should actually be a scroll stopper, why it should make them think, why it should make them get some feeling. Like it doesn't always have to be making them sad or guilty, but it could be like excited, it could be like any feeling, humorous. But it has to have some emotion behind it. That's the graphic. And everything that we do, that's what I actually say to all my copywriters and designers. We train ourselves. So we always say, like, if there is no emotion in your copy, if there is no emotion to your graphic, don't even send it to us. I don't need it. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to feel the emotion. So you don't have to feel your emotion as a copywriter, but when I read it, I have to feel an emotion, because every client that we have, probably one of our audience is within our team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we need to feel it in order for others to even like look at it.
True.
So the third secret, obviously, ad copy, right? So ad copy must always have a story. Emotional aspect of things is a necessity. You can't just go and start like, hey, I have a webinar which actually is going to say about like 3 membership secrets. So you have to have your membership in order to have recurring revenue. And I understand all those things. Those are features, benefits,
Yeah.
solutions, right? But what's the emotion? What do you have? Like, it's for a cold audience, it doesn't mean much. Okay, it would still probably convert, but we are not actually talking about anybody can run ads here. You are actually talking about like converting into profitable ads, right? So
True.
you need a story. So speak to the problem. Don't even ever start like with a solution in mind. Okay,
Okay.
always speak to the problem. When you think about an angle, like for example, a burnt out situation, I always think about like, okay, what are the other angles? Like, so I get angry with my kid. Okay, so when I'm burnt out, what else I do? I probably overeat, right? I stress eat.
Yeah.
So what else? So I actually get mad at my team for something that's probably simple. So
Yeah.
I come up with all the angles. So I actually start speaking to those problems rather than my solution. right? So make the so every line that you do, somebody actually, it was I think, I don't know, like I saw this in somebody's post, like every line that you actually um, every line that they read, it should be, half fulfilled. They want to read the other line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it should not satisfy them enough, like, hey, I want more, I want more. So make them want to keep reading, right?
Yeah.
And also the next step is really important, to be clear on who it is for. So it could be for an overwhelmed entrepreneur, or it could be for an overwhelmed corporate
Mm-hmm.
employee.
Yeah.
Okay, so be clear on who you are actually targeting for in your copy, because most of the times your graphics doesn't do the job of who you are actually going after,
Yeah.
but your copy has to do that. So make them feel like you care, and you should care actually, but also make them feel that they are special, okay, because you are making it for them. So those are the, so I'm going to give an example, and this example is for social media marketing. I think that's what I made. Let me see. Okay, so this is for a beta bowl. So this is for an entrepreneur education for teenagers.
Okay.
Even before they go to college, like they get summer school kind of thing for an entrepreneur education.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a webinar leading to it. So
Okay.
grades are great. So we are targeting parents here, not the students. So
Okay.
we don't have to target the students. They can't pay.
Yeah.
So they were targeting parents, and most of the parents actually worry about grades, and they're always worried about what are they going to do in the real world. Oh my God, my son is so lazy. My son is always like watching TV, playing games. So what is it like? This is one just angle on grades. Grades aren't the be all end all anymore, but that's all high school prepares students for these days. How about preparing students for the real world?
Mm-hmm.
There's a way to give teenagers all the tools they need to become ambitious, independent, and self motivated leaders in their lives, no matter what they choose to study. Because now we are actually playing with, that ego for the parents.
Yeah.
As a parent, for them, their children is always the best.
True.
Okay, as I said, even though they are lazy, even though they are selfish, even though they are a bully, they still think their children are the best. So though
Absolutely.
now we need to actually play with that emotion to say, like, okay, so these people, if you want your child to actually just not be good with the grades, but also be good with something else in the real world, here is a solution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Beta Bowl is an exclusive extracurricular program designed to secure your team's educational and professional future through entrepreneurial enrichment. They will be guided step by step on how to create and launch a business. The result is unmatched experience and a wealth of resume worthy skills that will make them stand out against the college admission competition, may help them secure the job of their dreams, have a successful career in corporate entrepreneurship, and or anywhere else. Sign up for our free Beta Bowl seminar and learn what greatness awaits your team's future. So every sentence that I actually made is very, very specific to a parent's fear.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, what I'm like, would my child go to the best college that he wants? So what happens, like, so if they actually go into the sales page, they will also know, like, they are giving a recommendation
Mhm.
from one of the top institutes.
Yeah.
So that would help them. So like, they are getting the job of their dreams, whether they like it or not. They are now actually an entrepreneur, because they are in this presentation and in this program, they are actually going to launch a business. So now they are not actually looking forward to somebody giving them a job. They're already having a job.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're already having a business. So having a successful career, again, they can choose corporate or entrepreneurship. It's their choice, but they have a choice now, not just, they have to stick to careers in corporate.
Agree.
So that's how you actually have to be preparing your parents again and again. Like every sentence, it has to prepare your parents. Oh my God, that could be my child, that could be my child, right? It's an example. Again, this is education is just one of the, I don't know, like it's a constant evergreen channel, but also like it's also one of the things that people are getting scammed a lot. So you have to be really careful on what you say. You can't say more, you can't say less. There is a limit to it.
True.
So that's why it's actually, because if you actually saw the other ads that we do, it would be even more based on a story. We don't go more story based on this one, because parents doesn't believe in stories that much.
Yeah.
As a parent, as a something someone else, they would totally believe it.
Yeah.
So we go pain based entirely.
Yeah.
So
That is
secret for
basically
in
the
addition to
that is basically
go
the
ahead.
description of the ad, right? What you just showed.
That's a text, yes.
Yeah, the
That's the
description.
ad text that we actually put. So in addition to ad stats, watch your video stats and constantly tweak. So this is also another thing that people don't do at all. Like when they put the webinar up, they don't know how many people watched it, how many people dropped, and where they dropped. Okay, they keep checking their ad stats, like how much registrations I got, like how much is my cost per click, how much is the CTR. Those are all fine. Okay, okay. So if you screw up the ads, that's still okay, but you still got some registrations, right? What happened with them?
Yeah,
Why are you not closing them?
correct.
Right? So let's say the worst case scenario, you got a really high cost per lead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you still got a lead. What
Yeah,
happened with them?
yeah.
Right? Check it. Like go to your video stats, whatever you use, you video like YouTube or Vimeo or Vistia, whatever you use, there will always be an analytics on top of it, right, on the back of it actually. So uh, so the analytics will show you exactly how many people viewed it, how many people dropped on a particular stage. Usually when you send at least like 50 people to your uh, webinar video, so you will see a consistent thing, like people drop around, like I don't know, for example 20%, almost 20% of the video, almost 60% dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is happening at the 20% that you made, that people and that made people
Drop off.
don't want to proceed with you?
Yeah,
So see that, change the angle around and make a video again. Don't be lazy about it. You have to constantly tweak your video, not just your ads.
yeah.
Okay, so that's the webinar secret. Again, another thing that's important. So this is the last one. So three special types of retargeting. This is so important for us because retargeting is where I actually like literally make money. And so the first one is a webinar view retargeting. So people, when they
Mm-hmm.
register, that's it, and they don't watch it fully, as you saw. Like most of the people fall off immediately.
Yeah.
So it's your job to actually make it really imploring and really special about the webinar, and ask them to go watch it again directly. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
give them a direct link and ask them to go watch again.
Yeah.
So you can't just retarget them because they registered to direct a sale. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
direct to a sale. Like let's say I registered for your webinar, and then I get an immediate retargeting to say like, hey, did you check out my sales page? I'm like, I'm sorry, what are you? Like, who are you? I don't even know you. So I didn't watch it yet. I don't have time, or I don't care about your webinar. I didn't like it, whatever it is. Right. So I have to actually first convince the person who registered to say like, hey, this is worth it. If you actually cross this much percentage, you will probably gain this much wisdom or something like that. So they stay to that point at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we will know whether they are your ideal audience or not.
Yeah.
So the second retargeting is the sales page retargeting. Those who stayed for at least 10 minutes on your webinar, we
Mm-hmm.
target to sales page retargeting,
Okay.
or the call scheduler. If it's high ticket, it's most probably going to be a call scheduler.
Okay.
So if they stayed for at least 10 minutes, they probably remember your face by now.
Yeah.
So then we actually target to call scheduler. So in order to addition to call scheduler, we usually do all the other personal marketing at this point. Like we send some personal posts about this person, we send professional posts, we send testimonials. All these things are combined along with this call scheduler retargeting, because uh, we believe in people who actually want to see that person more and more in order to actually get the sales calls to be converting so high.
Okay.
Okay, it's not just one touch point that we actually make, so they just convert. So by the time the sales calls come in, you are like, they don't believe in you, they still have trust issues. Okay,
Agree.
they are like, who are you? I'm not sure like why I'm here. I have a problem, but I'm not sure why you are the solution to it. if
Absolutely. Yeah.
if that's the problem, they don't trust you enough to actually even be on a sales call.
Very
Okay, they are just on a window shopping kind of way here.
correct. Correct.
So, and that's the second solution. So the third is retargeting, is the people who visited your call scheduler or the sales page already, and probably even like went into the usually an acuity or whatever call scheduler you have, it has like 2 or 3 steps. So they actually even made it to the next step, but they didn't book a call fully.
Mm-hmm.
So for them is the last level of order form retargeting. Like we either go straight into order form. If it's a sales page, we retarget them straight to order form. or we retarget them straight to call booking page again to say like, hey, you missed the call. I mean, you probably tried to book but you didn't, but we have added extra slots now, and we also know like this is a promise that we give, and we usually give a promise. So these are the things that you're going to get in call, so we are not just going to sell you something and knock you off. So it's going to be really useful for you, and then you can decide. Okay, so we are just giving them more assurance. So
Sure.
that's order form retargeting.
Yeah.
So these retargeting happen for 90-day period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not just last 7 days, last 14 days. It's a 90-day period. We have like 10-day slots. So like every 10 days, the retargeting shifts. So if a person first saw me like in day one, they will get a different. If it's I'm on day one, I will get a different ad. If I'm on day 80, I will get a different ad. Okay, so I'm not going to target for 90 days the same ad again and again and spam them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will actually reiterate all the ads automatically. All right, so that's the secret five. Like, you have to have 90 days, at least 30 days, but we go for 90 days retargeting.
Sure.
uh on That's the last secret again, which makes the majority of sales.
Sure.
So and we also have the stats where people convert in the first 7 days, or
Mm-hmm.
they convert in 40 or 80, 80th, those levels, like for day 40s or day 80s level. So you have to still constantly keep in touch with them in order for them to convert.
And that is the reason
So
why you want to do a 90-day period.
yes, I do,
Yeah.
because some people are in the slow pace.
Yeah.
They don't immediately trust. They are they need more details before they believe you. So some people are in the fast lane, like
Mhm.
they trust somebody, they immediately go for it, right? So we have to actually go for both of the targeting.
Yeah. So,
So
does any of the
that's
strategies that you just mentioned are any different if someone is doing live webinars versus evergreen webinars or automated webinars?
most of the things that I mentioned will actually be the same for both.
Mhm.
But in live webinars, there's a little bit of difference because it's still, you can actually retarget entirely through your launch period, retarget using the three steps, and add copy and add graphics. It's going to be the same, and topic it's going to be the same, and stats are also going to be the same. But there is a slight difference. You will be retargeting to. I will probably retarget to messenger ads too when it's a live, because people need to get reminders for live whenever nobody cares. It's an instant access.
Correct.
So I need people to be nurtured during the phase where they are inactive, right? They registered, probably webinar starts 14 days from now. I
Mhm.
need to still nurture them. That nurture phase is extra.
Yeah.
And I need to send people to messenger, so I'm actually nurturing them through messenger too, and also like emails in addition to emails.
Mhm.
So we go for value emails even before, like it's more of a teaser email
Okay.
uh, before even going for the live one. So that's a majority of it. So probably like 24 hours before, we will actually like even send reminders through ads, messengers, everything. So it's not just emails anymore. It's not really working.
Mhm.
If you just send people through emails, the show up rates would be really really bad. So you have to have messenger, many chat, something in place. um, so in order to improve your show up rates, because people are more alive in messenger than emails right now.
Okay. So I heard that there is some change with the Facebook algorithm in January, and due to which the messenger bots are not kind of friendly as they used to be in the past. Is that still a thing?
Reminders are still okay. It's not the problem, because they registered, and like when they register, ManyChat gives you options of why you are actually sending a message. So
Mhm.
you can say like, hey, they registered for an event, and this is a reminder to that event, and ManyChat will be okay with it.
Okay. Okay. And typically, with all these clients that you have worked in the last few years, because there is this question with a lot of these info product entrepreneurs on what is the ideal time for a webinar. A lot of people do say that it should be a 90-minute webinar or probably a 60-minute webinar followed by a Q&A. So does the results
Right.
typically vary?
For live, it's different.
Yeah.
Okay, live can be like even 60 minutes, but for evergreen, I would never suggest a 60-minute webinar. I personally never ask my clients to do more than 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
See, most of my clients are targeting business owners,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or corporate employees or moms. Like, none of them have time,
Okay.
okay, to watch a webinar from somebody they don't know and to actually stick to it for an entire hour.
Okay.
And most of our webinars doesn't even actually allow them to play and pause things, like, or speed it or fast forward it. We
Yeah.
don't allow these things. So for the 30 minutes they have to be on that webinar.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, you really you can't make it as a 90 minutes webinar, or 90 minutes webinar would still never convert for an evergreen, I can assure you, unless you are a huge brand. But because that already establishes this trust if you are the brand already. But for you here, like, I would just stick with 30 to 40 minutes. That's it.
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, I think that's about the questions that I had from your presentation.
Okay.
Um,
So you had enough clarity about webinars.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think this is one of the topics that I was really keen to know, because I'm helping a few info product entrepreneurs myself, setting up their entire funnel with respect to launching their own products. So this kind of it in fact bursted a lot of myths with respect to how the creators should be. And do you also would be able to throw some light on a couple of things on what people should do if they want to run video ads and not like you have touched upon the image based advertisement?
Yeah.
So is there specific thing that people have to be conscious when they want to do video based ads?
It could be, but personally for me, I always tell my clients, they ask like, hey, how many minutes? That's the usual question that I get asked. So I usually say less than a minute, because if it's less than a minute, I can target to Instagram too. If
True.
it's more, I have to just, I'm stuck with Facebook, right? So I can't go into Instagram. And if it's a value based, like, it's really huge value and you can keep your audience for 2 to 3 minutes, go to 2 3 minutes, right? And I can always retarget them to other videos in Instagram.
Yeah.
But it's good to have multiple 1 minute videos, so I can target both Facebook and Instagram, so I can see which is working really well.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. And I don't usually go for professional video shots, it takes a lot of time. I usually tell people like, hey, just open up your Zoom, go live, record it, that's it. I don't want, like, just be decent, dress up, but that's totally okay. Don't You don't have to. And I don't believe in monotonous tones. I want an up and down in my videos, like mm, I don't know whether it's just me or everybody else, but my mind buzzes off like when I hear a monotonous tone.
Yeah.
I want the ups and downs in a video, so I usually ask for the clients to have like some emotion put into it. So when they believe in something, really, the raw emotions shows off.
Yeah.
Okay, so even if you track back this video, you would probably see, like, when I started in the front, talking to you, and when I do right now, whatever I'm talking right now, there is a monotonous tone to it. Okay, it's boring
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
But when I actually talk about the presentation,
Yeah.
I have a connection towards it, I have a feeling towards it,
Very
because hey, I know this, I can explain, right? I have that connection. So
yeah.
when I have that connection, I actually pour more emotions towards it, and my voice raises, right?
True.
So that level of energy should be there in the videos. That's
Yeah.
important. Other than that, I don't care about whether they have like professional camera, professional photographers or videographers. That's not important.
In fact, I read somewhere that if you get it professionally shot, the trust is really low compared to someone who just takes out their phone and record it. If it's more casual, they're more trustworthy because they will be able to relate it with them than
It's
a
not
professional.
exactly true. It depends on how fake the video is,
Hmm.
right? I mean, sometimes you see a stock photo and you're like, oh my god, that is so fake, right? That person is not even laughing. He's just acting,
Mhm.
right? So you would feel that in a professional shot sometimes, like professional video or professional photo sometimes.
Mhm.
That's why people actually usually say that. But there are some professional videos which are really really done well. I saw something in Boss Mom, or
Mhm.
no, what what's it like? Uh, Come on, I don't remember. Give me 1 minute. I did even share it to the team. So it is was something. She was selling protein powder, but it was like so good. Lady Boss.
Lady Boss.
Okay,
In fact, I was about to
yeah,
say it.
I saw a video in Lady Boss, which was really professionally shot, but it was so good. Like, the emotion behind it, the fun behind it, it was so clear.
Yeah,
So I can't just tell that 100% professional shots, professional videos are like going to bomb, because it's not. But if you are going to fake it, it's never going to work.
absolutely. I think I get your point. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And, that's all from my end, Vidya. And thank you so much for those words of wisdom. I think I personally learned a lot of stuff, and I'm sure people who will be watching this will have a lot of things that they can take away from your session as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you on my summit, and look forward to having more sessions like this from you going forward.
I will be looking forward to it too, and I'm glad to be of help here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.